You get your countdown in a second. Relax, Joe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take 3 Wrestling Podcast coming to you November 18th, 2021. I'm your host, Ernest Edith Christian. Alongside, well, not alongside, but on the screen here, Mike Bernier in the orange shirt there. Joe Lopez, all you can see is his fucking eyeball. Fellas.
I'm literally right here. Pick 6. Pick 6, Craig. Let's go. Pick 6. Let's go. Let's go, Kyle Van Noy.
As we record this show on the middle of the Patriots-Falcons game. Last night it was 16-0. Is it still 16-0?
It's 26-0 now, I think.
Falcon fans. Sorry.
Let's go points.
I knew a man named Matt Ryan once.
So what we're gonna do this.
Hey, maybe he can start a wrestling promotion and hire all these free agents.
Yeah, he has a big contract.
Starting a wrestling promotion once or twice.
He doesn't even know the guy.
We got breaking news. At least breaking the last couple hours before we start recording this. WWE, more releases. We weren't actually planning on talking about this, but we gotta do it. And I can't hear you, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I muted the.
Oh, okay.
I was dealing with something.
I saw you moving your lips though, but I didn't hear any sound.
Oh, I was dealing with something.
All right. So the WWE released 8 more superstars today.
6 of them deserve it. 2 of them don't.
So let's go through the list real quick. Mike, go ahead. Say it again.
I'll let you guys figure out who the 2 that didn't deserve it.
Okay. Can I guess one?
Sure. Go ahead.
Is it someone hit row?
No.
Swerve? No.
No, wait. If you know Mike, you know that one of them is Tegan Knox.
Correct.
Okay. And the other one, I'm gonna guess. Well, Jackson Ryker deserved a fucking cut. Obviously.
I can't believe he failed that actually,
somebody
answered his phone this time.
Because somebody fucking actually got the right phone number. I mean, Shane Thorne's joke on Twitter was, "Damn, which one of you guys gave him my phone number?"
That's
John Morrison.
I mean,
is John Morrison the other one?
No, I'm really not surprised that he was cut.
I am. I'm
not. I think he asked for his release.
I can see that. I can see
especially the way that Taya came out and bashed WWE 13 seconds after Sean Ross Sapp announced he was released.
True. Let's go through all 8 of them.
Ow.
Okay, let's do it. So the 8 guys, all hit rows done now. Obviously now, was it? You had one member got cut 2 weeks ago. Then 3 more got released. The remaining 3, I guess, got released.
Yeah, the entire stable. Yes.
I think that has to do with the whole hey, let's put out a diss track because somebody got released, and I think that played a role in it.
So
but let's kind of be honest here. Where was Hit Row actually going on SmackDown? I like the stable. I enjoy the act. It was made for NXT. That was never going to go anywhere on SmackDown.
No, Street Profits Light.
Yeah. And we even talked about, Mike and I literally have talked about it before. We're both big fans of Swerve. We think he's fantastic. I'm sure out of all of the Hit Row crew, he's the one who ends up showing up somewhere, probably AEW. No. You don't think so?
He's a game changer, wrestling revolver guy. The AEW roster at this point, we can't bring any more guys in.
Yet they still are.
Shit.
Jay Lethal literally just debuted.
Okay.
I was saying on Twitter earlier today that
a pure wrestling champion,
yes,
a multiple-time Ring of Honor world champion,
yes,
and they brought in a multiple-time tag team champion. Bringing in one guy is one thing, but people of the world still think that they're bringing in Bray Wyatt. Not fucking happening. People still think they're bringing in fucking Braun Strowman. Not fucking happening. But at the end of the day, their roster is so filled that they're going to have to do the same thing at some point in 2022 and release fucking guys.
Did you see? I think it was Bryan Danielson that said it in an interview. AEW doesn't intend on doing any roster releases ever. They intend on just not renewing contracts.
Yeah, that's political.
It's the same thing.
Right.
It is.
It's the political mumbo jumbo. We're not going to fire you. We're just not going to resign you when your contract is up.
That's the thing. If you're going to be that work around the wordage so you don't get the fucking negative feedback.
So it doesn't sound as negative.
Stop.
No,
you and your dad cut players from NFL rosters that are perfectly fucking good players because you don't want to fucking pay them.
Right.
Don't worry about getting fucking feedback and kickback because you released somebody from a wrestling roster.
I think that is interesting though, because we're now almost 3 years into AEW, which means there's got to be some contracts
next year.
In the next year are going to be coming up.
Daniels, Kazarian.
Right. Are we going to see some of those names just kind of pop back up on the indie scene? I mean, are the Private Parties and the TH3s and the Butcher and the Blades and all of them, are they really 100% safe in AEW, or are they the contracts that you don't renew?
You still renew them at this point. I mean, if their contracts are up next year in 2022, which I expect
at this point, if their contracts are up, what's the point in fucking keeping them on and not using them, knowing you're not going to resign them?
Right.
Release them.
True.
Let them go fucking make more money elsewhere. At the end of the day, there's ways around this whole fucking term, quote, release.
Right. Now,
we didn't plan on bringing them back. They did this to fucking make it where we weren't going to bring them back. At the end of the day, let's be real here. Let's go through it. Hit Row wasn't going to do anything. So it's better for fucking people like Swerve to go fucking work the indies. Let him go back to fucking go to Impact. Go become the fucking X Division champion and get fucking on air time all the time. The other two guys, I don't know that they were actually ready to be on a
they weren't.
Wrestling show, let alone one of the caliber of SmackDown or Raw.
100%.
Jackson Riker's a dick. Fuck him. Hope he dies in a fire.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Mike doesn't mean you're a holy man, Mike.
Buddy, I call it as I see it, and to quote Bill Alfonso, I call it right down the middle, baby. And trash.
I'm with you. No,
Jackson Riker's needed to be on the cut list for the last about year and a half.
Jackson Riker
going to happen to a better guy.
Jackson Riker probably end up being on Fox News and Newsmax some point next year. So just saying.
I'll say this: the other name that I said that I don't think deserved to be fucking let go is someone that I think is going to kill it because he's going to go back to Japan and reform the Mighty Don't Kneel.
Oh, Shane Thorne.
It's Shane Thorne.
Okay.
It's 100% Shane Thorne.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Give me all the Shane Thorne. Give me all the Mighty Don't Kneel. Pair them up with fucking the former Bronson Reed and give me all the Australians. Against, Will Ospreay and Aussie Open.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's room for them in Noah, where they kind of made their name to begin with. There's room for them in Dragon Gate. But I would love to see them show up in New Japan because, honestly, if there's a roster that needs some help, and frankly, you can put them in as a heavyweight tag team. You can put them in as a junior heavyweight tag team. You can have them. They could be just another staple of Chaos or any other.
Honestly, I would throw them in with fucking Ospreay in the United Empire.
Oh, just have them part of the Empire.
I would just fucking bring them into the Empire.
I'm not down for that.
Let them be the junior tag team. Let Aussie Open be the heavyweight tag team. You know, Jeff Cobb go after the never openweight title.
I'm good with that.
Harambe does fucking Harambe things, and Ospreay's the crown jewel of the fucking.
Isn't Harambe the gorilla that died a few years ago?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Rest in peace, Harambe.
On
just saying.
Rane, whatever the fuck.
Real quick, make it as a more broader discussion. Given what WWE did 3 years ago when AEW was created, hoarding talent, and then you add the pandemic on top of that. Should we be surprised going on here? Honestly, at the end of the day.
Nobody's surprised.
I'm surprised that they made it this long without having to purge half the fucking roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real here, guys. They're independent contractors. And I guarantee you they fucking got a paycheck every fucking day of the fucking pandemic.
Right.
I don't think one person's fucking check bounced. I don't think one person's fucking money didn't come into their fucking bank account.
Yeah, people lose their jobs. I mean, it's a thing. It happens. I'm surprised by John Morrison because he's such a big star, and I feel like his second run with the company never got as far as I think, at least I thought it would go.
I blame that on Miz going and being on Dancing with the Stars.
I can see that because
they were going right into a feud, and then Miz went to fucking Dancing with the Stars.
Right, because that's the thing, right? I figured when Morrison came in that he'd be a top tier, possibly main event level guy.
I could have saw
SmackDown.
I could have saw him in the Intercontinental title picture with with a shot at getting into the world title picture at some point.
But then he ended up just getting into the Miz and Morrison reboot, and that ended up being his entire second WWE run, which granted all took place during the pandemic for the most part also. So
I enjoyed it too, by the way, for the record. It was not bad.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying I literally thought that he was going to be one of those guys who would be a top tier talent, and he never ended up going anywhere near that.
He never got out of second gear.
He never got out of second gear with this run, and I'm surprised that the run is over now because I think there was still room for him to go out of second gear. And he's someone who, I'm going to be honest, I don't see him showing up in AEW.
He goes back to Impact.
He either goes back to Impact or I can see him working in Mexico.
I was just going to ask that.
Mexico. Him and Ty back in
Impact. I can see that.
I was just going to ask that. Like, let's do that thing that we all do, the whole internet wrestling community always do every time this shit happens. Who fits AEW? Who's going to AEW? So anybody that's
and Karrion Kross can restart their feud from Impact.
There you go.
Anybody that's you seen AEW?
Swerve, maybe.
Okay.
But I think he's more game changer / maybe even MLW before AEW.
I can see that.
But I would say Swerve is the only one that I would see out of that group. Maybe Tegan.
Maybe Tegan, just because the women's division is always looking for more talent,
better in-ring people.
Yeah.
And we going back and listening to the show, and listening to 3 Count earlier, talking about how it was actually Viewer's Choice with not the Tool Man and Marcus. They were talking about
Timmy.
The review of Full Gear, and they were like, the problem with the women's division right now is that they've tried to make Britt Baker like the Kurt Angle of the women's division, and she's not a great leader in ring.
I can see that.
So you need a couple workhorses that can lead great matches in the ring.
I can see that.
And I think Tegan fits that bill very, very high.
Oh, she definitely does.
So I would say Tegan, maybe Swerve. Like I said, Jackson Riker fall down a flight of stairs for all I give a fuck. Drake Maverick, I could see an Impact going back there. Maybe MLW.
I can see him getting rehired again by WWE because every time he gets fired, he gets rehired.
No, not this time. I think he's done, and I think he's done. I don't think they're done with him. I think he's done with them.
Oh. Okay.
I think he. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody pick up the pieces of what's going on with Ring of Honor and kind of start their own promotion, a la an Ethan Carter III. And EC3 with Strowman and Drake, who are all friends, off.
I can see that.
Maybe us do it. Maybe.
You know what's funny? On social media, Conrad Thompson posted a picture of the Ring of Honor World title and just kind of a general. Remember, he's a fan like we are, so kind of just posted a general. Who was your favorite ROH World Champion? Who's synonymous with this belt? And 3/4 of the comments were people being like, Conrad, you've got money. Why don't you buy Ring of Honor? And I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I'm not going to put that out there.
I wouldn't buy anything. I would if I'm doing it, I would do it all from scratch.
So you wouldn't do Ring of Honor?
No.
You just start Bernier Pro Wrestling.
That's small, Craig?
W.
Craig, is that small? Turn around.
Sleeping.
Turn around.
No, I'm not an idiot.
You see, okay, anyway, you just
sitting right there. You're
in the hole.
Yeah.
And why isn't it Samoa Joe? Of course, because greatest champion, Ring of Honor. Right?
How many Samoa Joe world title defenses have you watched?
None. Well, no, I watched a couple random shit. But I don't know if it's defense or not though. But
so how did you know that Samoa Joe is the greatest Ring of Honor world champion of all time?
Because the right answer is Nigel McGuinness. But continue.
No, I don't know the answer. I'm just saying because
You just said it's Samoa Joe.
I'm just saying it's kind of like Samoa Joe.
American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Also in the discussion.
Also now the heel, American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I don't know if I consider that a heel term, but that has nothing to do with this topic. So
finish the rundown so we can figure out where they're going.
Okay, so wait. So where do we start? We started with John Morrison, who I feel like Impact. Can we agree? Impact is probably the company out of all the companies that actually has the opportunity to benefit the most from at least this round.
They're clear number 3.
Every round.
They're clear number 3. The clear number 3.
No, they're 4.
Who's 3?
Who?
Game Changer.
Ooh.
What Game Changer about Impact? But Game Changer's not even on TV.
Buddy,
MLW is.
60% of America doesn't get the station that fucking Impact is on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Including
You're not
me.
wrong about that.
Including me.
Man, like, what are you watching Impact on? Impact Plus? The only thing they have going for them is a streaming service.
Doesn't Facebook have it too? Yeah.
That's true.
You're right. I mean, also Facebook. Every Thursday I see Impact thing notification all the time.
I don't know if they're streaming it on Facebook. I know they have a Twitch channel, but I don't.
They do have a Twitch channel.
I don't know if it's the live episodes on Thursday or if it's all the old episodes.
Fair point.
Like the cool thing about Impact is that they have a station on Pluto that you can watch all the old stuff. But other than that,
that's fun.
But that's the old stuff. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, 90% of America doesn't have the fucking access to Impact.
I won't say as someone who's a novice to the whole independent scene, GCW has made more splashes in the last year than Impact has, and that's with the partnership with AEW that's now failed.
Buddy, that wasn't a partnership. That was Nick Gage doing Nick Gage things.
Yeah,
that wasn't a partnership.
Well, partnership.
No.
Partnership.
That was Nick Gage doing a fucking 2-off appearance. It's like Minoru Suzuki showing up in Impact Wrestling. Minoru Suzuki was on a U.S. excursion and fucking had open dates, and New Japan allowed him to go wrestle in Impact. It wasn't fucking no fucking plan or working together or arrangement. No, it was fucking Nick Gage they were in a fucking town where they could get Nick Gage there. Right. Him and John fucking have shit because they let John work in Game Changer. And they decided to put that feud on national television. There's nothing to do with an agreement or a partnership.
Is Hit Row as a faction? Does that go together somewhere? Or is that just separate guys going separate things?
As Swerve is going to be the one that shows up somewhere for sure. I don't know about the other two.
Swerve is going back to being Swerve. And yes. I don't think Swerve needs anyone else.
No.
If he wants to bring them with him and they can get a package deal out of it, fine. But they can't be Hit Row Records.
Yeah.
Why?
Name's Tyken.
I feel like we've actually covered pretty much everybody at this point because we covered all of Hit Row there. Tegan Knox is the only woman who was released in this round. Yeah. And like we said, I feel like she's possibly AEW bound. Out of all of them, I feel like she's the one that has the biggest chance of showing up in AEW. Drake Maverick, we said Impact. I feel like that's valid. Shane Thorne we covered, and Jackson Ryder can literally go suck a dick. So I feel like we've covered just about everyone. Here's a question before we move on to the next topic.
Go ahead.
Is there anyone who you expected to see on this list that's not here? When you heard earlier tonight, WWE is doing releases, give me one name that you would not have been surprised to see on this list or that you are surprised isn't on this list.
So John Morrison, I actually caught to mind when I saw the rumor.
John Morrison is literally on the list. I mean,
so
he literally named someone who's on the list.
No, I'm making a statement saying that I'm not surprised John Morrison was on that list. Honestly, no.
The rest of the fucking 24/7 fucking excursion group. I'm surprised Tozawa still has a job.
I'm surprised Tozawa still has a job.
I have to dig through that fucking WWE roster again to see who had been off TV for
I'm also very surprised that there weren't more NXT members cut.
That's true.
Like when I hear cuts, I'm like, okay, they're gonna let Candice go from her contract even though she's pregnant. They're gonna let Joaquin Wilde and what's his name go, but keep Santos Escobar.
Yes, I can see that.
I'm waiting for those cuts. Even though they were just already on the fucking the show on Thursday. But at this point, with the exception of Toxic Attraction, Raquel, Dakota, the people that are in War Games, everybody else on that roster is fucking fair game to get cut at any fucking point.
Yeah.
Obviously you're gonna keep Von Wagner, you're gonna keep Braun Breaker, you're gonna keep a couple of the other that they've been building. But if I got a fucking notification tomorrow that they were oh, hey, by the way, we've reached an agreement to let go of Johnny Gargano, I'd be pissed, but I'd be
no.
Fuck,
last
letting everybody else go.
Last question on this here. Do you expect more cuts before the end of this year?
Yes.
At this point, yeah.
Yes.
At this point, that's happening so regularly that I think you have to expect it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shock you with the first name that I'm gonna lead with. I think I'm going to shock you. I may not shock you anymore.
Okay.
I don't know.
Shock me.
The first name that'll be part of that list will be Elias.
I'm not surprised.
That's not a shock.
See, but it should be.
I agree.
It should be a shock because that guy is very vastly underused. Yes, I know he got hurt, but he gets a pop no matter what he does. Whether he gets booed when he needs to get booed, he gets cheered when he needs to get cheered. Like, he has made his character bigger than the Federation, and I think that's why he's in trouble. Him. Like, the next group I could literally see being cut is like him, Tozawa, a random tag team. Like, honestly, like, be brutally fucking honest with you. Like, if I woke up tomorrow and they're like, hey, we reached an agreement to let go of Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, I would not fucking be surprised.
No.
But you would be putting two of the fucking best workers you have in another company. Because Roode can go and Ziggler can go.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I think at this point, WWE is no longer worried about who goes where.
No. I'm saying, I was just saying worker-wise.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting rid of two really good workers that, okay, we need to get the New Day or the Usos over in a tag match. Let's go throw Bobby and Dolph out there because we know they don't need to win.
Right.
But they're going to have a good 3.5-star match with these guys who need to fucking win from them. Fuck it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Not about where they're going. Okay. They obviously don't give a fuck where anyone else is going.
Yeah.
Nor should they give a fuck. At the end of the day, and everyone on social media, and this is my final take on the situation here.
Okay.
Guys, people get fired every day. Stop sitting here and say, boycott WWE because they release people in a pandemic. We've been in a pandemic for a fucking year and a half. The government hasn't had our back through fucking 65% of it. And you want to sit here and talk about a individually traded company.
Shit, look at Mike going fucking political. I love it.
Financial decisions of their own. Don't support them anymore. Cancel your fucking Peacock subscription. Guess what? They just got $1 billion from fucking Fox. They could give two fucks about your $9.99 a week or a month or whatever the fuck it is. The government hasn't had our fucking back. They still don't have our fucking back. And you want to sit here and you want to complain about Vince McMahon doing what's best for fucking Vince McMahon when the government should be doing it for us. And guess what? At the end of the fucking day, fuck them.
I mean, you know what? Like, to be fair, I feel like that's completely valid too because WWE gets a weird amount of backlash every time they fire somebody. And it's true, like, just because they're $1 billion corporation doesn't mean that they're required to keep everybody on payroll. Amazon doesn't keep every single person they've ever hired on payroll. Apple doesn't keep every single person they've ever hired on payroll. That's just called business.
The National Football League, guys get hurt. They don't pay out fucking 90% of their contract because they got hurt. Guess what? They get cut and then they play injured for somebody else for the next 5 years. Trying to chase a fucking paycheck.
I mean,
at the end of the day, let's be real here. The people that got released, it sucks for them. My heart goes out to them. Just like it would to some random person who tomorrow is going to wake up and get fired from their job and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do for their wife and 2 kids. At the end of the day, shit's fucking real life no matter what.
Yeah.
Stop giving Vince shit. But guess what? You're going to put your Amazon order in tomorrow. And Bezos is going to fire 150 fucking people who aren't going to be able to provide fucking Christmas for their kids. But we're not going to fucking backlash on Bezos because you need that Prime package in 2 days. Let's fucking be real here, people.
I even feel like Ring of Honor hasn't gotten the backlash. Am I crazy? Like, even like Sinclair hasn't gotten backlash for releasing all of Ring of Honor. They literally are shutting down Ring of Honor, and they're not getting backlash. People aren't like, I'm going to unsubscribe from my Sinclair cable because aren't they a cable provider? Like,
the thing is, it's predictable because it's Vince. They are the top of this industry. They are the fucking top of the top. So they're gonna get.
Why is it that wrestling fans? Because again, this doesn't happen in other industries. Like Mike was just saying, like, NFL fans aren't like, oh my God, the Patriots just released 20 people. I'm boycotting the team. Because at the beginning of every season, they have to release 20 people. That's how you get a roster for a football team. You know what I mean? Like, nobody boycotts other companies. Nobody boycotts things just because they fire a couple of employees. It's just kind of a part of business.
Yeah.
So, like, why does WWE specifically get that backlash? Because even with wrestling, it doesn't seem to happen.
Because they're a multi-billion-dollar company who fucking shows everybody their books every fucking quarter and shows that they're making money. And when you're making money, you should be hiring people, not firing people, according to sources. But guess what? How do you become a billionaire? By saving your fucking money.
Nothing like it, but
you sat here for almost 2 years of a pandemic and have not been able to do live shows, have not been able to have crowds at your fucking big events, have not been able to sell fucking tickets at $200 a fucking clip or whatever the fuck it is. At the end of the day, you can make a profit all you want, but you're only making a profit because Fox paid you $1 billion fucking dollars for fucking SmackDown. But you're not turning a profit on house shows. You're not turning a profit on pay-per-views.
But don't forget too, like to the point that you just made, right? A company like Amazon fires probably, like you're right, probably like 100, 150 people on a daily basis. If you're including like Amazon fulfillment centers and all of that, drivers, all that, everything. They probably fire at least 100, 150 people on a daily basis. They probably also hire about 100 people on a daily basis. Right. So like WWE, like yes, did WWE fire 8 people tonight? Totally. Have they hired? How many people have they hired this year? We don't read that list. We don't look at that. But they have. Even Braun Breaker just got hired by the company in the last, like, 8 months. That man's been wrestling for, like, 5 months. You know what I mean? Like, they do hire people, too. They are still bringing people in. They are still providing jobs. It's not like they fired everyone and it's just Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon out there on Mondays, Fridays, and Tuesdays. Like, that's not what's happening here. It's not like they're firing people and then bringing back Hulk Hogan. I mean, they brought him back at WrestleMania. He got booed out of the building. Sure. But, like, it's not like they're bringing him back and he's main eventing. Like, maybe this is why they get a little bit of shit when it's like, okay, but they'll bring in Goldberg for 5 matches. But whatever. Goldberg is drawing ratings, possibly.
Or his entire contract's paid by the money that fucking Saudi Arabia gave them for Goldberg. Right. Maybe Saudi Arabia is paying for Goldberg. And we're just having to eat the other 4 matches so they can get the 1 match at the fucking Saudi Arabia show.
Right.
At the end of the day, we don't know the behind-the-doors scenes of what they're doing behind the doors because we're not privy to that information. That's a Vince McMahon decision. But guess what? Vince McMahon not once has sat here and fucking cut 30 people and then been like, you know what? Fuck it, we ain't hiring another soul.
Right, exactly.
Maybe, just maybe, he fired a couple of these people so he could keep a couple office people who live in Stamford, fucking Connecticut, who fucking live there with their families. And guess what? Don't have the opportunity to go wrestle in MLW. Don't have the opportunity to go wrestle somewhere else.
You know, there's another angle to this, too. I'm sorry we're taking longer on this than I thought we would, but, like, here's a second. There's another angle on this, too. The more employees you have, the less time there is for everybody.
Correct.
Because, number one, you're not getting everyone on TV. But then that means you have to choose who is getting on TV and stuff like that. So now Hit Row is gone from SmackDown. Does this now mean that 3 guys, some stable, maybe some NXT guys, will finally get the call up and now have time? Because guess what? Hit Row has been featured on SmackDown the last few weeks. Hit Row has had their, like, 10 minutes of TV time in the last couple of weeks. That's 10 minutes now that can go XYZ places. You can maybe get some new people, get their chance to have the 10 minutes where maybe they'll become successes. I mean, if we didn't get all the NXT releases that we got recently, would Braun Breaker be someone that we're talking about right now? What's the guy's name? Von Wagner? Or who's the guy that's feuding with Cameron Grimes?
Oh, Duke Hudson.
Like, there's a decent... I watched NXT this week. I thought it was a great episode. There's a lot of really decent stuff going on there, and that roster is pretty much completely fresh for NXT.
And the thing is NXT still makes sense because you have the pillars. You have Kyle, you have Johnny, you have Ciampa, you have Pete Dunne. You have the guy who's been there. Honestly, if Hit Row is gone, you know what I do?
What?
Call him up?
No. I call somebody up. I bring Walter and Imperium.
I can see that, 100%.
I have Bartel and Art Eichner lose the titles to somebody.
Yeah.
And right after...
Sorry, I had to do it. Call him up, Vince. Call him up.
What?
Could you try again?
No, Siri.
Oh my God! Look, it's literally had like our entire conversation. That was funny. Like, but honestly, too, And I mean, especially with Hit Row, I will say this, and we can move on from here after this. I have a trivia question, don't worry.
Yeah.
He does.
Hit Row, I said it even when they released B-Fab, where I was just like, we've already got a Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike said it before, like, what was the real difference between Hit Row and the Street Profits? Like, you don't need people doing the same act on two different shows.
Right.
Give us something fresh.
So my final thing on this, and this is another topic for another day.
Yeah.
We can dive deep into this.
A new day.
We've seen where the NXT tag teams or not tag teams, NXT gimmicks don't transition well to the main roster.
Right.
Adam Rose, Tyler Breeze.
There's been a lot.
To a degree, the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's not the same.
Hit Row was never going to be the same that they were on NXT.
No.
It wasn't going to happen. So at the end of the day, sorry that you guys got cut. Best of luck. Hope you guys get jobs. Hope you guys take over the world. But it's just not going to happen here.
Yeah. All right. End topic done.
Okay. End topic. And on that note, it is trivia time. Joseph. There we go. All right, Joe.
Okay. I got my question.
Oh, you do.
I do. Mike, there's 100% chance you're going to get this right.
Okay.
All right. So we all know that Ring of Honor Final Battle coming up about a month.
No.
It might literally be the final Ring of Honor show of all time, the final battle. So here's the question. What city has hosted the most final battle events in Ring of Honor history? He did before.
Sausage finger.
This is sausage finger.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a long joke.
It's probably not as long as you wish.
I mean,
Damn, you know.
question so we can.
Hold on, come on, because you know what he's going to say.
Disrespectful, stupid idiot.
Anyways,
All right. So the question, one last time. What city has hosted the most Ring of Honor Final Battle events? I'm gonna need your wagers.
I'm going to wager 100.
I'll wager 400.
All right. Ernest, your answer?
Is it Philadelphia?
Mike, your answer?
I'm gonna guess Manhattan.
Mike has got it right. It is New York City.
I swear to God, that was my second option.
I mean, Philadelphia hosted the first three, but Manhattan had a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Manhattan did a lot, mostly at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah, Hammerstein's a great place.
It really is.
It's a great place for concerts.
Yeah, I have a Metallica concert on video actually from 1998 from there. Pretty good.
What?
No, so I have a Metallica concert on video from that place. It's really cool. From
Oh,
98.
yeah, that's totally like the same thing as being there live.
Not even close. Huh? He was making a joke about him having a videotape of a fucking Metallica concert from there.
Like a VHS?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 1998, so yeah.
I love that for you.
Anyway, let's get to the AEW Full Gear recap.
Hey, quick question.
Go ahead.
How big are those headphones?
Huh?
How big are those headphones?
Not as big as these. These are small in comparison.
Oh my God, are those like skinny jean headphones?
Yes.
Yeah. These are small.
Hey, are you ready for next week's episode where we do fucking 37 match watch-alongs?
It's fucking awesome. I'm really curious to see what fucking matches you guys have picked to do.
Oh, I have mine.
Joe's is going to be Nails versus the Big Boss Man.
It really is.
You mentioned that. You did mention a couple days ago.
You doing?
You're part of this. You got to pick a match
From what?
from like anything like a survival, like a Thanksgiving. Like you can pick Starcade. You can any like the old Thanksgiving Day traditions. Ernest, what's yours again?
Mine was a greatest challenge.
Oh yeah, the Undertaker Hogan.
From 90? Am I right about that?
Are the traditional Thanksgiving food fights allowed? Or are they not doing that anymore?
Absolutely.
Sure, why not? I don't give a fuck.
Okay. No, I'm saying that they're not doing it anymore on TV.
I might pick the debut of one Undertaker so I can hear Roddy go, look at the size of that hammer.
Oh my God! I watched the promo the other day, and like you realize that they got away with a ton of shit back in the day.
Oh yeah.
It was with Danny DeVito, and I guess it was around the WrestleMania time. Yeah.
Okay.
Mean Gene was doing an interview with Danny DeVito, and Piper comes out, and Piper's like, "That title is mine. I didn't lose. Hogan's scared," and blah blah blah. And he's talking about Mr. T, and then Piper just goes, "Bring whoever the hell you want. Bring the black guy with you. I don't care." And I'm just like, they can't say shit like that anymore.
No.
Like,
I know. It's insane.
that's the thing. Like, you know, it'd be a good topic for you guys. What guys back then would never be allowed on TV these days?
Oh my God, that list.
Piper would be.
Yeah, like most
that list
of
would be so
pro
long.
wrestling.
Number 1, Roddy Piper. Number 2, Chris Benoit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
If we know what we know.
Oh, we know.
You know, I used to
All
love.
right, Benoit with the fucking crazy neck crack over
I
there.
used to love when there were midget matches
Oh my God.
and just hearing Bobby and Monsoon just say midget every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Why are there no more midgets in wrestling?
They have their own wrestling company. You can go watch them at like Renegades Bar and Grill.
No, I know. I really want to throw one. But seriously, like bring back midgets.
Well, we know you're fascinated.
Mayor,
So.
sir.
I'm good on midgets, I think.
Is it because you technically are one?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I was just gonna say that. I was literally gonna say that. Shit.
What
Like,
else do you need?
anyway.
You got to figure the Haiti kid.
Yeah, Haiti kid.
Have a kid somewhere that's a midget. He can wrestle.
No, you know what it is? Because the midget part of wrestling, that was the like real carny part of wrestling.
Yeah.
And we've moved away from that.
I never really enjoyed it, to be honest. Even back then, I didn't really enjoy it.
Like that would help.
I mean, it would be a fun entertainment.
Come on,
Intermission.
What about, in all honesty, like for real, like an over the bottom rope battle royal? Like, come on.
That's a good one. Over the bottom rope.
Nothing.
You could put 70 of them in the ring,
Of
and
course.
the ring would be half full.
There is literally, though, like an all midget company that wrestles here in Florida, where I think like half the gimmicks are just like faux WWE, like you have like a mini Undertaker, and you have like a midget playing like his version of The Rock. He's like called the Pebble. Like that's a thing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
You smell the pebbles cooking?
Yes.
Shit.
Take me home.
Have them come out with a box of Fruity Pebbles.
Yes. Oh my God. They have Ice Cube Steve Austin, but he just like comes out with like little nips.
Don't Ice Cube Steve Austin.
Jesus Christ.
On that note, let's get to AEW Full Gear recap here.
No, like Double H.
I am the game.
Oh my God. He's the Game Boy.
Game Boy, right?
The game. Oh, look at.
That was
Do
good.
you see what we can do?
Mike, we gotta do this, dude. We gotta put in some money and do our own fucking company, dude. And fucking
We need to buy a company and build the fucking all these people.
and midgets too.
Yes.
Yes, we'll have a midget division.
Like the little boss man.
We got-
Awesome, man.
Hey, instead of nails, it's screw.
Yes.
Where's
Oh my God, I'm just ripping ass.
my drum man? Hold on, where's my fucking drum man?
Oh.
That was great.
What about instead of the British Bulldog? It's like the flying Chihuahua.
He's the French Bulldog. He's
The French Bulldog.
He's the French Bulldog. Those are the little what?
You know, it is part of the teacup Yorkie from Yorkshire. Get a mini picture in there.
Colt. From the Animal Neidhart.
Oh my god.
Paperweight.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's endless. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, but who's Bret the Hitman Hart? What's his?
I don't have one yet.
Think about it.
Bret the Sitman Fart.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Skipping Brian Pillman because he can't fly.
Jesus Christ.
Great.
Instead of the genius being like the high school dropout.
Oh my god.
You know, maybe if you put like two photos together, you know.
That's
great.
You know, instead of skyscrapers, maybe you get like the 2-level condo, you know. The split level condo or whatever those things are. The bungalows. You get two little midgets called the bungalows.
Oh my god.
Well,
this has become its own topic.
Man, I'm just here to help, guys. God, imagine if I was smoking. It'd be even better.
Oh my god.
Better than fucking doing the free cap, my opinion.
Hold on. Which one is going to be Lex Luger, and which gimmick does he play?
Oh Jesus.
Does he play the narcissist or does he play the American?
Oh, I want the American.
Flex loser.
Flexi Lexi.
Yeah.
The mini package.
Oh. What about instead of the Ultimate Warrior, it's like the 9-volt battery warrior?
Oh
Goes out and shakes the bottom rope.
my god.
While he's standing on the apron.
Jesus.
Oh
Great.
God.
Dude Love turned into we gotta have a Dude Love character. We have to.
Just a Mick Foley overall.
Little kid kind.
Look at kind.
Can we throw him off of a milk crate?
Yes.
Like, just fucking chuck him off of a milk crate.
Instead of the Heartbreak Kid, it's like, well, we gotta have a Shawn Michaels.
Oh my god! Wait, I'm pretty sure that when we did the like gimmick thing, I was like a mini Shawn Michaels. Remember, I had Sweet Shin music.
Oh yeah, you
Like,
did that Sweet Shin music.
You kick him in the shin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know, if you get a female one and you want her, you know, like a smaller version, you know, you call her like fucking Thailand instead of China.
No. Instead of Sasha Banks, it's Sasha Savings Account. Like, she's not the whole bank. She's just like a little. She's like a little piece of the bank.
Sasha ATM card.
Sasha ATM card. There we go. She's the assistant.
Bianca Belair, the EST, the MMA, the PhD, and then we have
Good
like
Lord.
we got to figure out what her like ratchet cousin's name would be.
So wait, what's the next topic?
Instead of page, you could have sticky notes.
Sticky note. Good Lord.
And that could be that can go a lot of ways.
Instead of Charlotte, we have like Charleston.
Yes.
It's just another random city.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Oh, Chapel Hill is coming to the ring.
All right, let's go to the next topic.
Chapel Hill Flair. Okay, that's a full gear.
You put them together instead of being the New Day, they could be like the new hour and a half.
The new daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Little E.
Little
E. Xavier.
Lost in the Woods.
No. It's Little E. It's Xavier Splinter. And I don't have one for Kofi. Yeah, there we go. Kofi Princeton.
Prince Kofi.
It's Kofi. I like that one.
All right, Full Gear. Let's talk about it.
Pre-show.
Nobody watched the pre-show.
Neither did I. 12 minutes, 32 seconds. Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa defeated Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose. Quickly, what you got thought? Nothing? Good. Next.
I'm going to come up with like some
Yes.
Fire truck.
color ones.
Fire truck.
Main show.
Yeah, give me all the Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, yummy. I love her. Anyway, main show, 22 minutes, 6 seconds. Match of the night, probably match of your candidate. MJF defeats Darby Allin by pinfall. Wrong. You're the first guy that said that.
That's fine. But that's a badge of honor.
I loved it. I love that match.
MJF, I think he's finally getting. Not that he's not been pushed.
I want to call it a match of the year candidate, but I love the match.
I said wrong when you said match of the year candidate.
Fair.
It was a good match.
Not that he hasn't been pushed already, because he's obviously one of the most notable people in that company. But this is obviously going to be the push now that puts him to the top picture again.
But like they've already been pushing him. You already said that.
But I'm saying that you already see him now with the CM Punk feud now coming up now. He's already talking about getting a title shot on that. No. Buddy.
I'm going to drop some facts on you real quick after I sit my ass back down. Joe already got this strongly worded message from the law offices of Bernier.
And I don't know that I agree, for the record.
Yeah, MJF hasn't been great in AEW. Sure. Decent promo. Fine.
Not better than decent. That's real.
But that's all he is, though.
I would say he's excellent.
No. I agree with what you said about him. His promo is much better than his fucking in-ring work. That is a fact.
Okay, then how the hell are you going to make him a world champion?
Did you see the promo on Dynamite last night? I haven't finished watching the entire show, but I watched
Yes, I watched it. Congratulations. He knows how to cut a promo.
No. What I was saying was that referring to what you're saying here about, like, you know, people saying that all he is a stick. That's it.
Buddy, because name me one other great singles match that MJF has had.
No, I'm not defending him as a wrestler.
Okay, but that's my point. People are sitting here going, oh, yeah, he's going to be the world champion in the next 6 months. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Guy doesn't even fucking deserve to be fucking the TNT champion right now, let alone the world champion.
Is that because he's not great in ring solely?
I think he's gotten a lot better in ring, though.
Buddy, because you go from a 0 to a 3 doesn't make you fucking that great.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, what I'm getting at is, my question to you is this: do you think that because he's not great in the ring, that he should not be a guy holding a title? Is that what I'm getting at here?
What you're getting is that a guy who is solely a promo should not be your world champion ever.
I don't disagree with that. I feel like he's better in the ring, in my opinion. Like, I think I enjoy watching his matches. I will agree with you.
So let's play MJF association here. I'm gonna list you a name. You tell me who should be the champion first. Okay? Brian
or MJF?
Correct. This is MJF or the name I say.
Sure. After this fucking Wednesday's Dynamite, I'm definitely Brian.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Phil from Chicago.
No, I don't think he needs to be champion.
MJF first.
Yeah, I don't think Punk needs to be world champion there.
CM Punk doesn't need the title at this point now.
Neither does MJF. He doesn't cut promos, you guys.
I think my bigger thing here. I'm trying to see what you're getting at. Like, because we've had people now.
The guy is not good. He's a great fucking promo, but he should fucking be Tully Blanchard for Sean Spears and FTR and fucking Wardlow.
I enjoy him in the ring.
But I think his best match that he had was won by a fucking side headlock.
Yeah, no, I get that. I enjoy him in the ring, though.
Garbage.
No. I think we all agree with saying that. I think we all agree 3 was great about him not being great in the ring. That's not even the argument here.
I think he's gotten a lot better in the ring.
No,
you can't go from a 0 to 3 and not have some kind of fucking.
My thing is,
when you start at a 0 and you get to a 3, yeah, you have gotten better. That's like saying a fucking 6-year-old who can throw a fucking baseball from second base to first base, going to shortstop and throwing it to first base, hasn't gotten a stronger arm.
But
obviously he has.
Okay, but then to be fair, so then maybe he's not the guy that wins the title in the next 3 months, but that means you have time now to build him up.
Everybody is saying he is the next champion and to crown his ass already. And my point is that he is not a good enough wrestler to be the world champion on a show that has national television exposure like this. His promos are great. Absolutely. He is not the best wrestler in his own fucking stable.
Yeah.
I don't
think that Flair was always the best wrestler, though, in the Horseman.
Neither was Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman is definitely the best member
Better
wrestler.
than Usos in ring?
He's better than the Usos in the ring. You're out of your fucking mind.
I won't go
But,
there.
let's take the Horsemen though. Flair was not the best wrestler there. Flair was never actually that great in the ring. Like he also.
Buddy, you want Tully Blanchard to be your world champion?
No.
You want Ole Anderson to be your champion?
But you don't want Shawn Spears to be your champion either.
But my point is, at the end of the day, Rick could get you a fucking 3.5, 4-star match. MJF can't, with the exception of fucking one match. Flair could go out there and do it in fucking Missouri one night and then go do it fucking 2 nights later against somebody different in fucking Georgia.
I think where I'm lost here, what Mike is saying here is that you're saying that the requirement has to be also be great in ring as well to be a champion. That's to
be the number one guy. Yes, I feel like you have to fucking be decent in the fucking ring, and I don't think he's decent in the ring. I think he's average at best. I think he's not that fucking good. I think the only thing that's saving him from being fucking part of the fucking random fucking cruiserweight fucking division that they're gonna fucking eventually build is the fact that he can cut a fucking promo.
I don't know. I think he fits the same mold as like Ric Flair.
He's not even in the same fucking book as Flair. Flair wrestled his ass off at times. Yes, he had fucking dud matches. Abso-fucking-lutely. But fucking Flair in the fucking 80s is fucking miles ahead of MJF will ever get to.
I mean...
Yeah, but to be fair, Flair in the 80s was a decade into his career. Like, MJF isn't a decade into his career at this point.
Are you sure about that?
I mean... I don't think he is.
But isn't promos arguably just as important or close to as important as being great in ring? I mean, literally, pro wrestling was made.
No, wait. MJF only debuted. No, stop. MJF only debuted in 2015.
Okay,
see, he's 6 years in.
Okay, so he's 6 years in. That's fine.
Yeah.
So again, my point is, if you think that going from a 0 to a 3 in 6 years is going to ever get him on Flair level, you've lost your mind.
I don't think he's gone from a 0 to a 3. I'd put him above a 3.
Here's where I will agree with Mike to some extent. He doesn't need a title either. He doesn't need a title.
He doesn't need a title. You're right.
Ric Flair's first NWA title win was in 1981. He started in 72. That's 9 years. So if he doesn't win the fucking AEW world title within the next 3 years, then what?
Well, nothing, because I mean, it's not the same.
But you brought Flair into the conversation, so please enlighten me on where you're saying Flair wasn't good in ring. What I'm saying is Flair was great in ring. People don't fucking give Flair half the fucking credit he deserves because 90% of fucking Flair's matches weren't fucking ever fucking taped.
Also, being great in the ring is also very subjective too, because some people like stuff.
Your best match cannot be won via fucking side headlock after you fucking hit somebody with a fucking dynamite ring and expect it to fucking matter. And that's
I see what you're saying there. I'm just saying everybody has that.
Good match, stupid finish. You want to build MJF and fucking really think that you're going to propel him into a title picture or into a fucking CM Punk feud? He should have just fucking beat Darby.
I don't know. That was my favorite match on the show.
My thing at the end of the day, we'll get to the next match because obviously it's obviously a very heated discussion here. He gets a lot of heat, and to me, that's number one for me. The fact he gets the reaction he gets. Vince
McMahon gets a lot of heat, and people want him to sell.
I'm talking about I'm talking about on product. Like literally, people react to him when his music's on. Literally at a snap. That to me. It's enough for me to say this guy should be at least in the picture. Not saying should be the title champion or whatever, just be in the picture. He triggers everybody. Look,
eventually when he has a shit AEW world title match, I want you guys to bookmark this, okay? And when he has an AEW title match and it shits the fucking bed, we're gonna come back and rejoin this conversation.
No, but I'm not defending him in ring. I don't think he's that great in ring myself.
He just said he deserves to be in the fucking title picture because of his promo skills. At the end of the day, you can't play both sides of the fence. He's either in the title picture or he's not.
He's in the picture, period.
Okay, so then when he has a shit match, you can come back and go, well, he had great heat.
MJF rarely wrestles as this anyway, and I'm still attached to the story.
Exactly. The guy isn't even fucking on the show, and everyone's like, fucking crown him as the champion. He's on the show less than fucking Jericho is.
But that's another argument now. You're talking about I'm not saying crown him as champion.
I'm talking about the fact of the matter is that the guy shouldn't fucking be in the picture because A, he never fucking wrestles. B, he only is good for a fucking promo. His in-ring fucking work hasn't gotten that much better because he's never on a fucking show.
Probably by design anyway, in my opinion, that he's not wrestling much. Put everything you just said there. Anyway, next match here. We'll fucking waste the next 2 hours some of this shit. 18 minutes, 36 seconds here. Tag team titles. The Lucha Brothers retain, defeat FTR. Solid match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what I saw of it, I thought was good. I didn't put a ton of attention to it, but I mean, it was decent. I heard one of the FTR guys got hurt during the match and was completely out of it at a certain point. So I mean, I kind of wonder how it would have been if that didn't happen. But I also don't think we've seen the last of this feud. So
yeah, it's good feud. Take a break. A couple months. Come back to it again at some point.
They're probably not going to do that. They'll probably do it a lot sooner than that. But even so, I'm ready for more of it. I'm not against seeing the match with them.
Absolutely, Mike.
Yeah, it is what it is.
He's still heated as fucking argument.
No, again, two other members of the Pinnacle that are better in the ring than MJF is.
Oh, I don't disagree 100%. I don't.
But we're not putting Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood in there, but they get heat too. They're going to go to Mexico and defend Luchador fucking tag titles against the Lucha Bros on December 3rd. And they're going to get booed out of that fucking building. But neither one of them should be in the AAA World title picture.
I'm just glad in that picture again because after they lost to fucking the Bucks, they were
at the end of the day, they're going to go down as a top 5 tag team all time. Let's fucking be real.
Maybe they're fantastic. So anyway, next one, 20 minutes 6 seconds. AEW Championship Eliminator Tournament Final. Bryan Danielson defeats Miro by technical submission. This was a fun match. This is my second favorite match of the night, actually.
There's definitely one of Miro's better matches that he's had. I enjoyed it overall. Bryan Danielson looked great, as kind of always. And then the result was what we expected, and I'm not mad about it, especially after the way they followed up on it on Dynamite this week. I'm all for it. Let's fucking go.
I'm all for it, and I love as you said, the heel Bryan Danielson. I'm all for it. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I felt like he wasn't I don't even know that I considered him being a heel in the and in that stuff. I feel like it was just him kind of keeping it real to a degree, but I know everyone else is kind of labeling it as a heel thing. So yeah, let's just go with it as a heel thing.
It's probably just the reaction he got from reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, to me, it just goes to show you how over Paige really is.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why Danielson can get heel heat like that, because he's going after the guy who everyone loves in that company.
Michael?
He needed to win that title tournament. I needed $7 more for my name.
Okay, well, wait. Here's the thing, though. Remember we were talking about this the other day? I'm okay with this if it leads to Paige going over Bryan. Because it means something if Paige goes over Bryan. Bryan's a former WWE World Champion. He's a man who is main evented.
So is Phil from Chicago, but you say he doesn't need to be in the title picture.
He doesn't need it, though. Right now.
No, wait. I did not say that Punk didn't need to be in the title picture. I said Punk doesn't need to win the title. I
asked you MJF or CM Punk.
You said who should win the belt.
And Punk should win it before MJF. My point is Bryan shouldn't fucking be in the title picture either.
No. I don't think Punk should win it before MJF.
Why are we vaulting fucking ex-WWE guys into world title pictures?
To help get Paige over.
Paige doesn't need help getting over. He can get over by beating the guys that are there.
But it still makes him look great. You have Bryan there with this undefeated streak, essentially. You have Paige go ahead and be the guy who ends his undefeated streak and holds on to his title. It only makes Paige look stronger. There's no loss there. The only loss is if Bryan actually wins the belt, which you don't need.
The only loss is the fact that means that we're not getting Hangman Page versus fucking Eddie Kingston. We're not getting Hangman Page versus fucking other guys that have fucking put the fucking groundwork in to fucking build this fucking company because fucking Bryan Danielson came over and decided to fucking make a yes chant.
I'd rather see Paige beat Bryan Danielson than beat Eddie Kingston.
Because you're a Bryan Danielson fan. That's my point.
Well, no, if that would mean I'd want Bryan Danielson to win.
No, see, because you're actually still using your head. You want Bryan in the main event picture because you're a Bryan fan. At the end of the fucking day, when you think about a company building people, how do you build people? by giving them the spotlight. But you take the spotlight and you give it to a guy who fucking main evented WrestleMania not fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah, and then you have him lose to somebody else.
Or you could have Miro, who was your TNT champion, win, who's been a fucking super heel for you, who's been there for the last fucking 6 months, getting his teeth kicked down his fucking throat, and you have a fucking built-in fucking cyber heel that could go in and fucking give Adam Page a run for his fucking money, kick the fucking shit out of him, and when Page fucking barely sneaks out with a win, that gives him the fucking boost.
No,
I'll take
Page beating Brian.
See, but that's my point.
I'll say this much: better for him than CM Punk. Though.
I just think
How is it worth more?
Because Brian is a main event.
Because he's an ex-WWE guy. Buddy, admit the fucking fact.
No, but so is Miro.
No, he wasn't. He was never a main event guy. He never wrestled for the fucking world title in WWE.
So Brian being a main event guy.
Brian being in the main event of WrestleMania 6 fucking months ago means that he's not fucking a guy that I would put in the fucking title picture the first time Adam Page gets to defend the title on a pay-per-view.
But he gets to beat him.
It doesn't matter if he beats him or not.
No,
You're
it does
basically
matter.
shitting on the guys that have built your fucking company.
How?
Because at the end of the day, Adam Page should step in the fucking ring for the first time as the champion against an AEW guy. Correct?
No.
Okay, so then again, because Brian is the main attraction,
and it matters more when he beats him.
It doesn't, though.
It does
I
to
also
me.
think trying to clear.
Okay, well, I'm part of this audience, so to me, it matters more. I'm happy with it.
And to me, wasting fucking time and killing fucking everybody to get Daniel Bryan, the guy who doesn't fucking need wins, the same fucking thing that CM Punk doesn't need, but we're doing it with him too.
I also think
let's stop wasting fucking time.
Eventually, Page will beat him too.
I also think though, because Adam Page is the first real babyface champion they've had since this company started. You say Moxley, I don't think Moxley was a real babyface. Adam Page is a real babyface. Having him go over Danielson is going to really make a mark for the company, being their first real babyface loved.
I'm not a fucking heel.
Say it again.
How is him being a babyface mean a fucking thing if the guy who's fucking fighting is in a heel? Because Brian's never getting booed.
I'm saying who it is.
Getting booed on Wednesday.
Because they were in fucking Virginia, where fucking Page is from.
You literally just said he's never getting
booed.
He's
never getting booed.
He was getting booed.
He's never getting booed.
He literally got booed last night.
Buddy, and guess what? Adam Page got booed for fucking 6 months.
That's not the point that you just made.
He's never going to get booed.
No.
Wait,
okay, he literally did last night.
Buddy, he's never going to get booed.
But he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he factually did.
Yeah, in somebody's home state, just like he's beating everybody in their home states.
Never is a very specific word.
Buddy,
never means never.
But
you're wrong.
But I'm not wrong.
But you're wrong.
No,
he literally got booed last night.
Again, my personal opinion, like yours, I can state my personal opinion. My personal opinion.
But that's not an opinion.
Yes,
they literally booed him. They literally booed him last night.
Okay, but 3 people booed Adam Page.
I guess we could do.
But I didn't say that Page would never get booed. But he did get booed. You can't
watch me. I'm gonna fucking. I'll sit on this fucking cross and we'll fucking run this thing for 3.5 fucking hours, dude. I don't give a fuck.
But you're wrong.
And you're wrong for your opinion, buddy. But guess what?
That's not an
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them.
But
some of them
saying that he's never gonna get booed when he
never
actually got booed last night is not
he's never gonna get booed. In a pay-per-view, he's never getting booed. In a place where it's fucking the guy who he's fucking feuding with isn't fucking home, he's never gonna get booed.
Let's say this. Next week they're going to Chicago.
He's going to get booed because he's fighting Chicago's boy. Put them on a fucking even playing field. Put them in Jacksonville. I guarantee you he doesn't fucking get.
Let's do Michael, let's do a four Dynamite sample size and see if he gets booed continuously.
He will. He's fighting Cabana in fucking Chicago. He's going to fight John Silver in Long Island. He's going to fight fucking whoever else in their hometown. Yeah, buddy. Perfect fucking sample size.
Wow.
Let him fight the fucking 3 members of the Dark Order in their home fucking states and see if he gets booed. Makes perfect fucking sense.
That is by design.
Almost like they booked it so that he'd get booed against those guys.
It's almost like they could have done the same thing with fucking Miro and had a super fucking heel destroy the Dark Order. Oh, I'm sorry, but Bryan Danielson could have been in a feud. So,
let me ask you,
coming back from getting his ass kicked, been the fucking underdog.
So, by Moxley getting his issue, do you think Moxley would have been the other guy?
No, Bryan was always going to win this.
No. My point is, he would have fixed Moxley as opposed to Miro.
Yeah, probably.
Same. So Moxley
that was the rumor.
Right, Moxley would have been a super heel, I guess, in this tournament at some point. I don't know. Anyway, no, it's a fair argument though. Anyway, next match here: Falls Count Anywhere, 22 minutes, 35 seconds. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express defeats the Super Click of Adam Cole and Young Bucks.
That was a really fun match, actually.
I did like it a lot.
It was really fun. I didn't love the ending, personally. I did not love the ending, but it was a really fun match.
I think Mike liked it. Or not.
He was there.
He was there.
It was Savio Vega.
Vega. Let's move on.
He was wearing a T-shirt. It said, "I was there."
All right, 16 minutes, 52 seconds, tag team match. Cody Rhodes and Pac defeats Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Everybody I spoke to shit on this match.
Yeah, this is really the match that should have been on the pre-show. If we're being honest,
this match. The only reason this match was even remotely good was because
the executive vice president really put himself on the.
Well, I mean, I get why he wasn't on the pre-show, but
so the women's tag match that you didn't watch deserved to be on the show more than Cody and Pac. No. You just said it should have been on the pre-show. They only did one pre-show match.
But I would have not had the women's match on the card, period. The tag match.
So what match would you have put on the show to fill this?
On a pre-show or on the show in general?
Made the show less than 4 hours.
Buddy, they've done 4 hours every show.
But you just asked me what I would do. I'm telling you.
I asked you what match you would have put on. I didn't ask you what you would have done. My question was, what match would you have put on the show? I didn't ask what you would have done. I asked, what match would you have taken its place? That's what I asked you.
I wouldn't have had anything take its place.
Okay, so again, the fact that I asked you specifically a match and you said I wouldn't have done one means that obviously my question is fucking invalid. So let's just move on to the fucking next one.
Okay. 15 minutes, 24 seconds. AEW Women's Championship on the line. Britt Baker, DMD, defeats Tay Conti. Not a bad match. Not bad.
Yeah, I didn't really watch this one, to be honest. So I can't really comment too much on it.
Tay Conti looked okay in spots. She definitely is one of the, better women's wrestlers right now in that company. Nice spot for her to get some shine.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch the match, so I can't comment on it, unfortunately. But I'm not surprised that Britt won, obviously.
No surprise. This was not a surprise. Mike, did you see this match and did you like it? It was okay.
Right. Britt Baker was there. She doesn't need to be leading matches. She's not a good fucking lead. And at the end of the day, I will get fucking booed for that as well. But guess what? That's how I fucking feel. I feel like she's a fucking champion because of her fucking. She was the first real woman to get over with a crowd. I think she's the only one that fucking ever put the hard work in of the women's division that they fucking started with. So at the end of the fucking day, I think she's only champion because of those fucking reasons. And if you fucking really wanted a champion that could lead fucking people, she would have lost the belt to Ruby. But again, here we are with some girl who can fucking wave the terrible towel in Pittsburgh and go DMD and have some cool entrances and be the Cody Rhodes of the women's division, and she's still champion.
I don't disagree with any of that, to be honest.
I everything you said, I actually agree with.
Yeah.
So, in that case,
hi-oh! You are correct, sir.
Anyway, next match. 11 minutes even. CM Punk defeats Eddie Kingston by pinfall.
This was fun. This was a fun one. I got to see most of this one. This was the bloody brawl style match that I was hoping these two would have, and I kind of love that they got the semi-main event spot on the show too.
It was fun. I liked it.
Semi-main event spot.
What was the match after this? Did I miss it?
The Inner Circle versus.
Oh shit! You're right.
Yeah, that we'll get to that in a second.
This was fun though. This was fun. I really enjoyed this. I was just a fan. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it other than I was a really big fan of it. And I feel like it went exactly how it needed to in terms of
not too short. Just enough.
Right. Yeah. It was a fight, which is what it needed to be. Eddie Kingston fights. Eddie Kingston doesn't wrestle. Eddie Kingston fights, and that's what this was. And Punk delivered for his role in it. I liked it.
I don't think Eddie gets hurt here either by losing. I think he still looks strong.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Eddie's never gonna fucking win.
I kind of feel that, like
Eddie shouldn't have been in the world title eliminator. They should have let Brian feed somebody else to fucking Brian. Like, I know that Eddie got the fucking the crowd buzzing for it, but Eddie Kingston stood 0% fucking.
I completely agree with you on that one.
So at the end of the day, at this point, if you're just gonna have Brian run through fucking people, stop letting him run through the fucking people that you should actually fucking building your company around. Stop letting him run through fucking Miro and Eddie Kingston and guys like that. Let him run through Ken and John Silver and what he's doing right now, because that's what they're gonna fucking do. Let him run through the Dark Order. Let him run through fucking Matt Hardy's Family Offering. Let him run through like fucking Sean Spears and Wardlow.
He's not wrong.
Don't fucking have him run through guys like Eddie Kingston and guys like that. You could actually be building.
I do feel like Eddie Kingston could use a feud where he wins, because I don't actually feel like he's had a significant victory in AEW so far. Like this time last year, we were talking about how, he had this great feud with Moxley where he had no chance of winning. And now we're here, and I think, once again, we're in a place where we kind of feel like, oh, great, it's Eddie Kingston versus whoever big name, and he has no chance of winning. So, like, I think they do need to give Eddie a couple of wins so that we actually get to a place where you actually think he has a chance of winning.
The question is where. That's the question. Maybe this feud here is doing what is it Formula 2.0? Is it 2.0?
Yeah, but that's not a big win. Like, he needs a big win.
This is a win in general at this point. I don't know. Last thing he won a fucking match, actually.
Simple. Eddie should have come out after the match against Punk. He should have just beat Punk's ass and fucking walked away in full heel.
I could see that. That would have been good.
Yeah.
I feel like I just said that last week on the preview. We were kind of just like, one of these guys needs to be the heel, and it should be Eddie.
We did say that.
Yeah.
It was you actually that said that. So
that would have been cool.
Right. 19 minutes, 52 seconds. The Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz defeat the Men of the Year, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, as well as the American Top Team of Junior Dos Santos, Andre Arlovsky, and Dan Lambert. I gotta be honest with you guys, I actually literally fell asleep during this match. It was that boring.
I honestly didn't really watch it. I feel like it was a bit redundant to have this match on the same card where you had the 6-man street fight with the Super Click and Jurassic Express and Christian. It's kind of redundant at that point. You don't really need to do all of that again. But I don't know. Like, I mean, and also I don't know if this match belonged in the semi-main event spot.
No.
I definitely feel like you could have put this someplace else. I don't know where, but you could have put it
middle of the show. Middle of the show.
But I think the whole reason why they couldn't was because they couldn't have it right next to the 6-man street fight.
Right.
Which is why it's like, okay, but that was why it's redundant that you guys did this. But whatever. I didn't watch the match, so I can't comment on it. But
it's a man match. Whatever. Fell asleep. Boom.
I feel like the biggest part of the match was Jay Lethal coming out after the match.
Yes.
Like, that was what more people were talking about than anything else.
Agreed. Totally agree with you on that one. Michael.
This match deserved to be on the card more than the other 6-man tag match.
6-man tag match being the Super Click?
Oh, yeah. I don't disagree with that, actually, because this feud was better built. Correct. I'm just saying having both of them on the card is redundant.
No, absolutely.
It's overkill. Yes.
It's fine. And even if the one that you pick is Inner Circle versus Men of the Year, or whatever the hell their team name is, American Top Team. Like, go with that. That's fine. Because that match also probably ends up being more well-liked.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not going against the other street fight earlier in the show. Right. It's the Rhea Ripley and Asuka not having as great a match on WrestleMania Night 2 because they have to go on after Sasha and Bianca on Night 1. Like, if you switch the order or you pick one, in this case, you pick one or the other, like you don't have them both on the show. Right. But like, yeah, fine, pick this match over the other one because storyline wise, I love this feud. Mm-hmm. I love this feud. I loved every segment of this feud. I love this feud so much that it made me angry that I love this feud because I didn't want to like this feud.
Oh, exactly.
But I loved every part of this feud. So yeah, put this one on the pay-per-view, but then don't put the other match on the pay-per-view. Put the other match on Rampage that Friday. Or the following Friday or something. That's a Rampage.
That could have been the Dynamite main event.
Yeah,
you could have started Dynamite.
That's a Dynamite main event. That's a Rampage main event. That doesn't need to be third on a card where you have another match that's going to be a 5-on-5 fucking car crash. Like, you don't need to do that. That's redundant.
The way I look at it is this match was strategically planned here for two reasons. One of which was you just went through 27 minutes of Britt Baker and CM Punk.
Right.
So you needed that 20-minute cooldown before you got to Kenny versus Hangman.
Yeah.
Number two, this was also out there because they were hoping for a moment that could be played on national television between wrestlers and MMA guys. Kind of like what happened in TNA, if you remember the Jeff Jarrett episode, where they talked about how the guy from the Tennessee Titans jumped the guardrail. Well, ESPN being the home of UFC, kind of hoping that maybe like one of these guys would have a moment that ESPN would pick up and be like, look at Junior Dos Santos doing this crazy wrestling move.
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah, nope.
Best part of the match, though, besides Jay Lethal coming out afterwards, was Chris Jericho winning via frog splash on the anniversary of Eddie Guerrero's death in the same state.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Other than that, I got nothing.
Yep. And finally, the main event, of course, 25 minutes and 35 seconds. We got a new champion. Adam Page defeats Kenny Omega by pinfall.
I haven't watched this match yet. I really want to watch this match. I plan to at some point. But obviously, I'm really happy with the result. I think we all agreed that this was the time to pull the trigger. They needed to do it. They did it. I'm happy. I'm here for Hangman Page as AEW champion.
I thought the whole thing with the Young Bucks coming down and you think they're going to interrupt the match, but they don't do it. And there's kind of like this kind of, whoa, are they going to turn on Kenny, that kind of thing? And then,
yes.
You know, that's kind of weird. But
they're clearly, I feel like, I could be wrong, I think they're building towards a Young Buck face turn. And I think they're setting it up in a pretty decent way with the stuff with Adam Cole that's going on. And you know what? Someone reminded me on social media that I did not remember. Who kicked Adam Cole out of the Bullet Club? Literally.
The Young Bucks.
Yep. So there's story there for him to turn on them and be like, I got you back.
They also, like, storyline killed him.
Right.
On being the elite.
Right. But I'm saying, like, even if you want to take out the silly part of that and you just want to go for, like, real wrestling stories, like, they've turned on him. So now he's due to turn on them. You know what I mean? Like, and, like, especially if they end up getting Kyle in AEW, if his contract, I mean, but I'm just saying, if it happens and you can get a version of Undisputed Era together and have them as heels and have them against, like, the face Young Bucks, and maybe that's when Kenny comes back, whenever that happens. Because you got to figure, if it's true that his contract is possibly coming up soon, and if he doesn't renew it, or he just gets released or something, because let's face it, in this day and age in WWE, he could be released next week. Mm-hmm. You're still then a good 3 months from being able to see him show up in AEW. So you still got a nice period of time that Kenny can go ahead and take some time off. If he
gets released, he's at least going to have a 30-day non-compete. I know you looked at it and very fucking confused when you said that.
That's what I'm saying. No. I'm saying that if he doesn't renew his contract, he's free to go where he wants immediately.
Sure, if he doesn't renew his contract.
But his contract also isn't up probably until at least, like, January.
I mean, they're going to give him
December, they said.
Okay.
That was a rumor.
Not that we know for sure.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. And if they tell him, hey, we have this storyline where we want you to help Von Wagner get over, and then he fucking goes per diem until April, then what?
Right.
Of course.
So, I mean, Joe's comment of it's still going to be however many months before he gets there is still a true statement. Oh, yeah, at the end of the day, if Kenny goes away, Kenny needs to go away first off.
Yes,
I agree.
Go get healthy, go do whatever. Don't go to fucking New Japan and wrestle a fucking 5-star match against Okada.
No.
Don't fucking do it. Like, it doesn't. That's how you fucking get yourself fucking last years of your career.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like.
Because he's been apparently wrestling injured for, like, the last, like, 6 months.
No, I heard they were saying 3 years, actually. But the shit with Vertigo, too, on top of that?
He's been fucking banged up since the first Okada match.
Okay.
And he's never fucking let himself heal because Kenny was never going to let himself heal.
Right.
Because he wanted to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
And then AEW came up. Right.
And then, like, and here's the thing. He was never going to fucking be like, hey, I'm part of this, and then not fucking be wrestling on the first fucking.
Right. Of course.
100% fact.
So, Joe, we said this last week on the podcast, me, you, and Jim last week. Kenny Omega needs to go away for a little while. Let's appreciate him. Okay? Heal up, this kind of thing. AEW's in a good spot now where there's more than enough main event stars at his company to fill in the gaps right now till he comes back. He can go away for about another 3-4 months, and you know what? Come back say in the spring. And
they're saying shoulder surgery. Shoulder surgery, you're out for at least fucking 4 months before you're fucking even ready to fucking take a bump. You're looking at 6 months if it's fucking torn.
That's good, and I think that will allow this thing to breathe. The AEW's in a good spot now to do this.
There's breathing, and then there's like house fire breathing, and like that's like 6 months is a long time.
Yeah,
there's no holding off on people turning for 6 months.
No, yeah,
waiting for Kenny to come back.
That's right. Like you're not waiting for Kyle past a certain amount of time. You're not waiting for Kenny past a certain amount of time. Like face it, like they're gonna have to run.
The only thing that would make sense is if Kevin comes.
Yes.
And it's Owens, Cole, and Fish against the Bucks and insert a random
Generico.
We talked about that yesterday. I think Generico has more time on his contract than Kevin does because Generico got hurt.
Okay.
So, use somebody who's on the roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Put Jay Lethal with the Young Bucks.
Right. I can see that.
For a couple months, okay? Kyle shows up, gives them the 4-on-3 advantage. That's when Kenny comes back in, like, July.
Right.
August. You let Kenny heal the proper way. You let him go through physical therapy. You let him go through rehab. You let him fucking get back in the training rings. You let him fucking come back the right way.
Right.
You have him come up. Oh, it's a 4-on-3 disadvantage now that Kyle O'Reilly's debuted. Whatever are the Young Bucks and Jay Lethal going to do? Oh, here comes their best friend. Or even better, you open up the forbidden door and you get Kota Ibushi to come over with the Young Bucks and be the fucking Golden Elite.
Here's my question.
Disputed Elite versus Golden Elite. Then you have fucking Kyle O'Reilly come over and be the 4th fucking member. And that's when Kenny comes back. And then you get fucking Omega and fucking Kota and you get the fucking Bucks and you fucking run with it.
Right.
6-8 months. We say 6-8 months. Hypothetically. It doesn't hurt him, right? At all. Because he's a main man at this point now.
There are 3 guys on that roster right now that could take any amount of time off that they want and they would never be hurt. Their names are Bryan, Punk, and fucking Kenny Omega.
That's my point.
Maybe. Depending if Jericho comes back.
True. Who you saying, Joe?
Chris Jericho? True. Probably not.
You were saying Jericho?
You said Jericho. I said you could say if he came back in shape. If he came back looking like he ate a fucking skinnier version of Chris Jericho, like I don't think it would help his cause. But Kenny Omega being gone doesn't hurt his. Fucking if Bryan decided tomorrow that fuck this shit, I'm going to stay home with my wife and kids because I don't want to travel. It doesn't hurt Bryan if he comes back 6 months from now. No. Same thing with Phil. If Phil decides, hey, AJ's pregnant, I don't want to put her at risk because of the fucking virus and all this, that, and the other. I'm staying at home until she has the baby and a couple months after. Like if Punk goes away for a year, we didn't have him for 11.
Do you see Kenny? So hypothetically, he goes away for 6-8 months. He comes back, say around late summer next year. Does Kenny turn face again? Do you think?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
He's the face, and he's the guy who's feuding with whoever is the heel that is either taking the title off of Hangman Page by then, or is trying to get to Hangman so that he can get the rematch that he thinks he deserves.
So, okay, wait, here's a question. And I've said before that I personally don't particularly see Adam Cole as a main event guy. Do you think that they could turn him into a main event heel, possible AEW world champion in this? With Kenny gone.
Looking at who they have in the heel division right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Because there ain't much there.
Because I mean, he
solves
your MJF problem. Like he's a heel who can cut a promo and wrestle, and is fairly decent in the ring. And if you have him turn on the Bucks, who are this huge act, and technically he's turning on Kenny too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there's a storyline there where if he's the guy that beats Page.
Correct.
And then you have Omega come back in 8 months to be the guy to go after Cole. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe after Cole's on a few defenses under his belt already.
Maybe he defends against each member of the Young Bucks, beats fucking Page in a rematch.
Right.
Beats a couple other random people.
Right. Maybe he's the guy that beats Punk. Maybe Punk gets a title shot against him finally because, Punk's a face and he's a heel. Like, I feel like there's a lot of room. Because, I mean, like, let's be honest, right? As much as I say that, as much as, like, I have my opinions on Cole, number one, I think he's looked great in AEW so far. I think he actually looked better in AEW than he has almost anywhere else in his career.
That beginning run at NXT, he was really good.
Yes, he was.
The problem is you have to then put the middle and then the last couple months of his run combined with it.
Which, because like part of the thing with his NXT run was he went from being just really awesome to like really awesome and should be in the title picture, but for some reason isn't. To, oh shit, Ciampa got hurt. Fuck it, let's just go with Adam Cole. Like it literally went from
Gargano win and then have fucking Adam beat him and be the dick heel.
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, we didn't get the slow build into
that
title.
Which is what they're doing with him now, arguably in AEW. Correct. So if you continue the slow build with him, it makes perfect sense.
Right now,
he's the candidate for the next champion.
And right now, he doesn't need a title right now. Build him slow. It's okay.
But that's the point. Like, you're building him to the title.
Yeah, but the problem is, and this is a problem that they have right now, main event heels, there aren't enough of them.
No, it's the reason why they're turning Bryan. It's literally part of the reason why they're turning Bryan. Because they don't need a main event.
Although, I would argue that had Moxley not had his issues, that could have been another guy that probably would have turned heel also as well.
That was the rumor. I don't know that it would have worked.
But here's the thing. He is unfortunately in the same boat that I feel that Brian is in. Yes, in somebody else's hometown, the guy's going to get booed because he's fucking fighting the guy who's the hometown hero.
Right.
You put him in a random fucking area and put him up against fucking a random soul that isn't from that town. It's hard for fans to boo that guy.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to boo Punk. It's hard for them to boo Kingston.
You can get them to boo Cole.
Yes.
No. That's the funny thing too about Adam Cole. Adam Cole comes in the ring, he's getting cheered, the whole boom and Alcon Baby, and then immediately after it's all over, he's getting fucking booed like crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, because fans like to be included in something. So they're included in the boom. And then he's walking around and he's doing this the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the fucking day, he'll get the boos. I don't see Brian being able to get the boos unless it's boos that are factually fucking produced by him wrestling people in their home states.
Yeah. No, I think that you make 100% perfect case for Cole.
No, absolutely. Of course. Let's go here real quickly. Adam Page, new champion. How are we booking him going forward? How would you book him going forward?
Win.
Yeah, no, he just needs to win. He needs to win a lot.
And here's the thing. Rampage, Dark, Elevation, Dynamite, don't matter. He is in the ring in a singles match, put the title on the line.
How long should he be champion for?
Let him rack up fucking defense after defense. Be the fighting champion. Fighting baby face.
So, Mike, the pattern has been so far with the AEW. They've been at least 6 months to a year. Most like closer to a year. Omega got close to a year with his last reign too.
He does not make it a year.
I think I agree with you. I don't think he makes it a year. But I think that his title reign doesn't need to end because it needs to end. It needs to end because it makes sense for who it moves on to next.
Correct.
Right.
Like honestly, with Kenny Omega's title reign probably should have ended like 5 months ago. It still should have ended to Adam Page.
It should have ended when Adam took the leave.
Yes.
And it would have ended
back in September.
Adam chose to be at the same instead, so it went 2 months longer than.
And the whole reason why they let it go 2 months longer is because it still needed to be Page. Like that's the thing. Like they could have easily been like, well, look, it's time to end Omega's reign.
Let's get him the fuck out of there.
Page is deciding to go home for a month, but we still need to end this. So fuck it, hot shot it onto
Eddie Kingston,
Bryan Danielson at that point, like whoever. Everyone thought Bryan was gonna win it and fucking
honestly, them getting Punk and Danielson around the same time.
Yes.
It kind of like masked that whole situation.
Yes. But what I'm saying though is like I think one thing that they're good about is because look, title reigns end for two reasons. Either because the reign has hit its point where you're like, okay, enough.
Chris Jericho's reign had hit its point where I'm good.
Exactly.
I don't want to see Chris Jericho in a
yes.
So it either hits the point where you're like, I'm good on this, or it hits the point where it's this other person winning it makes more sense.
Well, let's look at the title runs. Jericho's was, okay, I don't care who fucking wins it. I'm done with seeing him in the world title picture.
Yes.
Kenny Omega needed it for his character. So him beating John Moxley for his character to get him over as the fucking anime villain heel that he was trying to turn himself into was a necessary cause.
And I think Moxley winning it too was also necessary. Like it helped.
Yes and no.
Because it helped cement Moxley as a main event AEW guy.
I think he was also the beneficiary of being the fresh, hot act.
Yes.
That came in and they knew that they needed to get the belt off of Jericho.
Yes. And at the time, they didn't have a lot of other guys who would have made sense.
No. If you look at that roster, like from February 2020 when Moxley won the title to now, it's fucking night and day, dude.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's two other guys that I would have trusted to win the world title. They were the last two champions.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega and Adam.
Yeah. 100%.
And that roster in February 2020, that was the only two other guys that I would have trusted other than Mox to win the belt.
Have you seen the thing where the promo photo for the first All Out pay-per-view back in 2019 or whenever it was?
Yeah.
The four wrestlers on that promo photo were in order: Chris Jericho, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page. And they ended up being the first four champions.
Yeah.
Like someone, I laughed at it because I don't think this was true, but someone was like, yo, this is some long-term building plan. It's like, no, I think this worked out just like it worked out that way. Like I don't know that they were like in 2019 they were like these are our first 4 champions and we're just gonna make it happen. I think that it worked out that way. However, it still made sense, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want Paige to lose the belt in 6 months because that just sounds right. I want him to lose in 6 months because the next guy is ready for it because the story makes sense. Which is why I think like I'm glad myself behind the Adam Cole story. Like I think I've talked myself into wanting to see Adam Cole as the next AEW World Champion in 8 months or 6 months or however long it takes to make it happen.
Which is why I'm predicting he'll lose at Double or Nothing in May.
I think May's a little too soon because you got to remember you have to get through. No. But you have to get through Adam Cole turning on the Young Bucks,
beating the
Young Bucks, getting some more wins under his belt.
Probably
you got to
probably winning like a ladder match or something to become the number 1 contender at Double or Nothing to fight him at All Out or whatever.
I like to see a shocking title change. Like nothing.
Well, it's going to shock the system.
Because every title change we've seen so far, Omega maybe a little shocking because Moxley last year, but Jericho winning it, not shocking. Moxley winning it in February 2020, not shocking.
All right,
Adam Page will not win either.
The next event,
Revolution.
Is Revolution. They've already tentatively announced that Hangman Adam Page will defend the title against Bryan Danielson.
When is Revolution?
On Wikipedia,
March
of. They say it says to be announced. It's February.
I don't know that I buy that there's enough legs in the Bryan Danielson feud to get all the way to February.
Sure there is.
You think so?
Yeah, he beat every fucking 37 members of the Dark Order.
Yeah, he said that. He's going to be a member of the Dark Order. He announced that last night.
He's making takes, Conti tap out.
Anna Jay, 5'10", -1.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
I'll tell you, these 2 months will go fast.
John Huber's wife. What the fuck's her name?
Amanda Huber.
Amanda. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name for a second.
January next. We'll be in January. This will fly by. It'll fly by.
See, here's the thing. The reality of the situation is, and this is a conversation that me and Joe have had off air.
Okay.
Double or Nothing takes place in May.
Yeah.
All Out takes place in September.
Correct.
There's a lot of gap in between there.
Yeah.
You got to get through.
Yes.
They need at least a 5th pay-per-view somewhere in the middle.
Where do you put it? But you know what? Don't.
You just said somewhere in the middle.
That's a good topic.
June. Put it in July. Put it 4th of July weekend.
Okay. Although they used Dynamite as
beach blast. Put it fucking some random beach in fucking Florida.
July makes sense.
To be fair though, Mike, they do use these Dynamites also some bigger Dynamites. I'm not saying shit that, but
stop. Unless you're gonna turn them into fucking Clash of the Champions and make them fucking sellable fucking pieces on.
Well, like Battle of the Belts.
Oh, I agree with you. We should do a pay-per-view.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying that's the concept that they're going with.
I put in July. Beach blast.
Basically, Clash of Champions.
Put it on 4th of July. Go get the fucking name, either Great American Bash or Beach Blast, and fucking make that your fucking summer pay-per-view.
Let's go.
And that's where I would. You don't need to do 6 pay-per-views. You don't need an even number.
5.
You're on TV. You're not on pay-per-view.
Right.
Fucking give them 5 fucking main events, and then you could do a Clash of the Champions, or whatever, Battle of the Belts, or fucking Super Dynamite shows once every quarter.
Yeah.
And make it work.
I think that's their plan. But at least that part.
I mean, at the end of the day, getting from May to September,
it's a slog. It's a slog. It's a slog.
And Adam Page losing the title on an episode of Dynamite is not something I would do.
No, I agree.
But, losing at a pay-per-view is one thing. Like, if he loses in May and it's like, okay, we got a 5-month Hangman reign out of it, like, all right, fine, I guess. But Cole has to turn on the Young Bucks tomorrow. Like, the turn has to come before the first of the year.
Right. It's a good time to build. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, quickly, Joe, what do you love this week?
Okay, real fast. Colt Cabana. I don't know how you still have a job in AEW when CM Punk is there, but you're going to lose to Bryan this week in Chicago, and I love that for you.
All right, music's done already.
What I love this week is that it's the 9-year anniversary of the Shield today.
Yes, it is 9-year anniversary.
I love that for all of us.
So, okay. Last topic here. Survivor Series is this weekend. I totally forgot until you reminded me today.
Yep.
Was it on Sunday?
Yep.
It's on Sunday, yeah.
I mean, because it's going to be on Saturday, so you know.
I tell you what, that'll be a thing very soon. I think in the next year or two, like consistently be a Saturday thing.
Next year, they're trying very hard next year to go the Saturday major show route, and I'm here for it. I'm not mad at it.
You know what's here for it though? My son Eli. No
Is he
school.
gonna stay up and actually watch it?
Exactly. It was no school next day, so it works out for him.
Yeah.
Because he hates going to
love that for him.
Yeah, of course. So, all right, we go through the matches real quick. There's only 6 matches on this card. We got 5-on-5 elimination match. Team Raw. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory. Your boy, Joe.
Yeah, I don't get why he's in this match.
I don't get it either. Versus Team SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and to be announced.
All right, because they took Sami Zayn out of the match, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I'm gonna go Team Raw here.
Sure.
SmackDown wins and Drew McIntyre is the last person standing.
Ooh.
Give him a reason to fight Roman.
Correct.
Good point.
Okay, I like it.
I mean, that's a good booking.
Lashley gets taken out by like Finn Balor or Kevin Owens. Like they have inner fighting turmoil, and to the two of them, so that Kevin Owens can get murdered by Bobby Lashley before he signs with AEW.
I can see that.
And that gives Lashley something to build through Royal Rumble, and then you have McIntyre fight Roman at Royal Rumble in the world title match.
I can see that.
I see it too. I'll go on my picks, Team Raw, and have Seth be the final, the survivor. All right, we have the women's elimination here, 5-on-5 as well. Team Raw: Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina versus Team SmackDown of Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and Toni Storm just got added today. Toni Storm just got added today to the match.
Who?
Toni Storm.
Really?
She took Aaliyah's spot.
Yeah, Aaliyah's spot. Yeah.
Oh, so she's that somebody.
Well, no. Sonya Deville's that somebody that took Aaliyah out of the match.
That's right.
I'm gonna be somebody.
Yeah, go figure. The easy answer is going Bianca and Team Raw, but I'm looking for a surprise here.
Honestly, you know what's kind of fun about Survivor Series? I don't actually think that there's an obvious answer for either of those matches for who's going to win, and that actually makes it kind of fun to watch.
I'm gonna
like say what you want about the build and the storyline and stuff, but the matches are going to be fun to watch because the 5-on-5 elimination matches are always pretty fun. Like even if they're not the greatest matches, they're not match of the year candidates. No. Unless you're talking about like in 2001 with like the Alliance versus WWE or whatever. But like when there's stakes, it means a lot more. Correct. When there's no stakes, it's just kind of fun. But this will be fun.
Are you saying stakes or steak?
I think I said steak, but I meant steak.
Okay.
I'm hungry now.
I definitely meant steak. No, just medium.
That's what I was asking the question.
Oh, I was like, yeah. The word well doesn't go anywhere near steak.
Now. I'm going to go shot in dark. I'm going to take Shayna Baszler here in Team SmackDown.
Sure.
I took SmackDown to win the women's. I don't think they're winning both. This should be a fun one. Give me the pair of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan as the last two standing for Raw.
Yeah, that part makes sense because of the build they're doing with her for Becky.
I can see it.
I can see that too. All right, we have the champ versus champion match here. Probably the main event of this whole fucking thing. If you think about it, Becky Lynch, Raw Women's Champion versus Charlotte Flair.
Oh.
Yeah, wait.
What? Okay, I'm done with the show. I'm done.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm done.
This match has the most biggest build to it right now.
Buddy, you're never putting Roman Reigns not last ever. Stop.
Okay.
How does this match even have the biggest build? Because they got into a backstage fucking pussy contest with each other? Is that a thing?
I mean, they normally say dick measuring contest.
So what do you measure, labia when you're winning?
No, I would still say dick measuring contest.
Oh, okay. Titty contest?
Just attach the belt to the and just whip it out and be like, mine's bigger.
Tell me why the winner isn't Becky Lynch here.
Because Charlotte Flair don't lose.
Charlotte Flair loses on pay-per-view like Cody Rhodes does.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's gonna happen in this match? To be brutally honest with you, nobody's gonna win. Double disqualification.
Ooh.
That would annoy me.
Oh no, I didn't say it was the smartest.
Yeah.
That's the only way they got out of this safely.
There's real heat going on these two, by the way. So, all right, we have the Big E, Raw Women's WWE Champion.
It's the obvious main event for the show.
The true main event of the show.
Oh, right. I said double main event here between these two because it's.
He's trying to backtrack now. He's just wrong.
I'm good at hedging. Ask Big Jim. He'll tell you that. Big E, WWE Champion versus Roman Reigns, Universal Champion.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm going Big E here. I'm gonna pick Big E.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. Am I the only one though who still kind of wishes that instead of doing the traditional one-on-one champion versus champion match here, they had just done
Roman versus somebody and E versus somebody?
No. New Day versus Bloodline. Even if you did it as an elimination match, or even if you didn't do it as an elimination match, make it a gimmick match of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Make it, I don't know, not a tables match. That's too obvious, but like
that's too gimmicky.
But like maybe like
you could just kept it as a 3-on-3 elimination match.
That would have been really fun, I think, on the show. And I mean, not to say that Roman versus Big E won't be really fun, but I'm sure Roman's gonna win.
Well, the real issue here is the reason why they couldn't do that is because don't you have to have the Usos take on RK Bro, champions versus champion?
Yeah, you're right. But I feel like Roman's gonna win this match because that's still part of Roman's dominant year that he's having. I mean, he's been champion all this time. They haven't taken it off of him. Like even Drew in his dominant run lost the belt for like a month to Randy Orton to just continue
really
the story.
Weird fucking spot too. It was like
it made no sense. But like they've avoided that with Roman. Roman's had this ridiculously long run. Roman has literally pinned Edge and Bryan Danielson at the same time on WrestleMania.
He dominated that match so much that he sent one of them to the other company.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one at least considered retirement at least one more time. Like that's a thing, Roman Reigns has been dominant. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna have him not win here at least. Like maybe not dominantly win. I think it's gonna be a match. I think it's gonna be like a 30-minute match. I think they're gonna get a lot of time. I think they're gonna have a great showing, but I think Roman's gonna win.
All right.
The only way that E walks out victorious is if Brock shows up.
Ooh.
That would be something.
Yeah.
If Brock shows up to start the build for either Day 1 or Royal Rumble, because obviously we don't have a December pay-per-view this year, guys.
No.
There is no TLC. We go right into one, and then we go right into WrestleMania, or right into Royal Rumble. So we only got like 8 weeks to build Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fucking obvious choice here is Roman versus Brock for the title at Royal Rumble or potentially WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Brock shows up, Roman gets startled, he hits the fucking big ending, even if it's just his music.
That'd be interesting.
And then it's Roman trying to figure out if Paul knows who hit the fucking music, and it leads to inner fighting in the bloodline and shit like that, which inevitably leads to Paul going back and realigning with Brock and doing his I'm the advocate for the 1 and 21 and 1 and all that fun stuff.
You think Brock's winning the Rumble next year?
No, I think Brock and Roman fight at Royal Rumble.
Well, if they weren't to fight at the Rumble, if you wanted to get that at Mania, make it, again, this would be the 4th time they did it at Mania, so it'd be a record thing and all of that. Do you get there by Brock winning the Rumble?
No, I would just keep Brock suspended, and I would have Brock come out and
okay. So you don't think he doesn't need the Rumble win? Well, who do you think wins the Rumble then this year?
I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm gonna say it's somebody.
Because obviously it would be someone challenging Big E, probably.
That's kind of what I'm trying to like. Like a fun answer would be Bobby Lashley. Leading to Lashley versus E.
Lashley versus E again.
I mean, it's a safe main event.
Safe main event.
I mean, personally, like Drew's another guy that you could consider.
That's honestly
my pick for someone who I would have do it is Seth Rollins. I would have Rollins versus E.
You'd have Rollins win the Rumble again? Yep. Interesting.
Yep. And I would have him come out at 30 with his fucking I am the drip king of the fucking world, fucking prance around the ring, fucking walk in there, fucking beat whoever, and you get the heel dick Seth Rollins leading into fucking Big E.
Love it.
I'm gonna put one name out there as my idea. Because he's never won a Royal Rumble. So I feel like it'd be cool to see him get it on his resume. He has like almost everything else on his resume, not a Royal Rumble win.
I'm going to try to think of it before you.
Okay. He hasn't been in the main event in a while, hasn't been in a title scene in a while, but is always easily transferable there. Can always have a great match. Might be one of his last big matches. No, because I don't think he'll get here. I'm not only the only reason I say no to Owens is because I don't think he'll be around come WrestleMania. But this might end up being one of this guy's last big matches at a WrestleMania. So it'd be cool to see him get into the main event at WrestleMania on one or a main event, and he doesn't even need to win the title. That's the other thing. He's also a perfect guy to not win the title and put Big E over, and it does put Big E over beating this guy. You still have nothing?
I know who it is.
Who?
AJ.
Yep.
My other guy was
Royal Rumble.
My other guy was Shinsuke. What was my other one?
Shinsuke's won a Rumble though.
But Shinsuke's also has defended the Intercontinental title once since he won it.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Like Styles, they did the thing with Styles like they're doing with Orton, where you removed him so completely from the title scene that you can move him back into it and it can be seamless.
Yep.
And it can work perfectly fine.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I just don't I
think I just really want to see him win a Rumble. Since he's never done it. You know what I mean?
And honestly, if that's the case, I'd have him win the 2023 Rumble. Because
2022 be around by then.
2022 is that WrestleMania night would be him versus Omos.
You think so?
That's what I would do. I would break them up and I would let Omos just fucking go blitzkrieging people like fucking Big Cass was supposed to until he tore his ACL.
See,
and let fucking AJ go back to being a face and being the fucking face that runs the place. And then you turn him heel in summer and you lead into Royal Rumble and him win the Rumble. And then maybe it's a fucking his last hurrah.
So what I would do, slightly different, because I think there's still room. I don't think Omos is ready yet.
I don't know. I don't think he is.
I know. I know. They're just
retarded enough to do it.
But here's what I'm saying. I would. Because I think that he does still work really well as the bodyguard, whatever.
No, absolutely.
So I think if you have AJ go this route, win the Rumble, challenge for the title at WrestleMania, right? Almost in his corner and stuff. Have him lose at Mania. Have him turn around and fucking blame Omos. Have him stand there berating Omos, being like, I'd have won that match if it wasn't for you, you fucking tall ass giraffe
in his country,
sticking his finger in his face, not in his chest because he can't reach his face. Just being it's your fault, and then have almost fucking deck him and choke slam him, knock him out.
I can see that.
Then give me SummerSlam, give me the two of them fighting, and then maybe almost has a chance of also actually getting over at that point. I that's the route that I would go.
All right, let's go to the next match here. Real quick. Another Championship Champions tag match here between RK Bro with Randy Orton and Riddle versus the Usos of Jay and Jimmy.
I think RK Bro wins.
I think so too.
I love that act.
The deciding factor of this match will determine who wins the main event between Big E and Roman. I don't think the Bloodline goes 0-2.
I can agree with that.
That'd be a little.
So if they lose, I think Roman wins, and vice versa.
And finally, the last Championship Champion match here between Damian Priest, the U.S. Champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Intercontinental Champion.
Give me Priest.
Give me Priest.
I mean, he's they're building him up. He's on the way up, and they're not building Shinsuke. I mean. Honestly, how many people actually even remember that Shinsuke is the Intercontinental Champion?
None, because he's only defended it fucking twice.
Bingo.
Yeah. And there you have it. Our Survivor Series 2021. All right, rest of the week.
Oh, shit, I gotta open that. Hold on.
It's in mine, though.
I actually think I remember mine.
Oh, well, you guys start then.
Okay, I'll go mine. Number 3, Brian Danielson. Number 2, MJF, Mike's favorite. And number 1, of course, the new AEW champion. Why so mad? AEW champion, Hangman and Page. That's my 3.
All right, my 3. Number 3, I put Tomohiro Ishii, who is our new never open weight champion, and then also got to be on Dynamite. And I mean, I think he was probably on my list before the Dynamite part, but go Ishii. He might actually get like a singles match on one of the 12 nights of Wrestle Kingdom this year. I'm excited for that. My number 2, Bryan, because, he won. He beat Mero. He has a title shot. He also won on Dynamite. Yeah, Bryan. And number 1, obviously, Hangman Page. Go Hangman Page.
Number 3, I also have Tomohiro Ishii. At number 2, I have the brand new and possibly final Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, The Kingdom. And at number 1, I have the Hangman, Adam Page.
All right, what's up?
We've had some moving and some shaking in the rankings this week. Number 1 is still the head of the table, Roman Reigns, Mr. Ting Tang Walla Walla Bing Bang. At number 2 is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. He is at 23.5 points. Big E is in third with 22 points. Hangman's in fourth with 20. The Almost Superhero is in fifth place with 17.5. Becky is in sixth with 17. There's a log jam and basically an 11th place where a lot of people have 10 points. Adam Cole moving and shaking up to 20th with 9.5.
Okay.
What's today's update?
Bobby Lashley currently sits at the. Let me see if I can find him real quick. He is 23rd by himself with a total of 8 points.
Okay, so here's the idea, okay? One of the guys that Hangman Page can beat at one point in his world title reign.
Tomohiro Ishii?
No. You bring in Sean Morley, a.k.a. the former Val Venus, and it's the Hangman versus the Hangman.
Wow.
You can find content like this on Joe's OnlyFans.
Only you can do that. Fucking A, dude. Anyway, that's the
yeah.
show this week.
You guys give me your fucking months so that we can have the updated list by, I don't know, 1st of December.
Yeah, let's try that out. Anyway, next week.
That was no. That was a literal
That
no.
was, yeah.
No, that's okay. I already started working on mine. I started working on mine, so I'm still thinking March right now.
They did.
Next week,
What's January?
Say again?
You said you've done it all the way till March. What's January?
Who's
your top 3?
I haven't decided. I'm working on it. I haven't decided yet. I'm going through the fucking
bullshit. I know mine.
The correct answer is, in no particular order, is Edge, Bianca Belair, and Kota Ibushi.
Yes.
Get wrecked, bitch.
Maybe. So next week, no normal show next week. What?
I don't even know who fucking Kota Ibushi is.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. What the fuck can we do, bro? I'm like, I can only grade what I know.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
Anyway, back to what I was saying, Joe. If you interrupt me. No normal.
You had a very complicated way of saying I haven't started my list yet.
By saying that you started your list yet.
Which was a lie.
Tell me you started your list without telling me you started your list.
Oh, yeah, I have it. But that's like me being like, yo, I can juggle really well. And then you being like, why don't you juggle? And me being like, nah.
I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out ways to diversify my list because unfortunately, there's no AEW shit I can really pick on right now. I'm trying to find something in AEW those first 2 months. Like, nothing there. Bianca's obviously January because she won the Royal Rumble. I mean, Ed's an easy one also because he won the Rumble too, but I don't want to just put Edge there either. So, like I said, there's a lot of work. But I already start working on it. Anyway, fuck that.
You notice he said he's got to start working on it.
Trolling.
He literally just said he's got to start working on it.
Assholes. Anyway, no normal show next week. We're going to be doing something special, though. We're going to be doing a watch-along for a bunch of different watch-along episodes and stuff, which we'll throw on this feed probably, if not Thursday. I don't think we'll do it Thursday. But we'll be done probably on Friday or Saturday, most likely, because it has to be edited, of course, down before.
You're only allowed to pick a match if you turn into Mike at least through March.
Turn to Mike? What now?
You have to get me January, February, and March by the time we record next Thursday, or you're not allowed to pick a match. So that means no Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan for you, bitch.
I'm doing my show then. What the fuck? Fucking Big Jim Ray had him on the corner saying he will do it if anything. But anyway, no. But no normal show next week. We'll take the week off because of Thanksgiving, of course. Anything else want to add before we go?
It said that we're recording an episode next Thursday.
Yeah, wait. Why are you? I don't understand.
We're not doing a normal show next week. We're not doing the normal
show. It's a normal show.
We're doing topics.
It's going to get released.
Different topics.
We're doing 4 topics.
Just a day or two late.
I thought we're already doing watch-along stuff.
Yes, but there's
still a topic. It's 4 different matches.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're doing a special episode next week then.
Buddy, I can't with him.
Just give him a special episode. It's
Buddy,
fine.
I can't with him.
On a very special take 3.
Are we doing trivia question next week too? Are we doing fucking what does Joe love next week? Are we doing
Yes, I will volunteer to do the trivia question.
Or the rest of the week next week?
Are you gonna pick? Are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll do a trivia.
All right, yes. So there's gonna be a trivia question.
Rest of the week next week too.
Of course, we're doing wrestlers of the week.
There's wrestling this week.
Yeah.
There's Survivor Series is on Sunday.
Buddy, we have to keep the vote alive. I'm trying to get you to turn in January through fucking June, so that at the end of the year we can have our wrestler of the year already fucking determined. We can vote on the other fun things.
Let's do a redo. Let's do a redo real quick before we get going. We're gonna do a semi special show next week. And why you sound to the fucking thing? Unmute the motherfucker.
Buddy, I can't with you.
We'll be back next week.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else want to add?
Huh?
Anything else want to add?
Follow us on Take 3 Wrestling at Take 3 Wrestling. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. You can follow me at They Call Me Vern. Follow him at JLo Sugar. And what's the other one you want to plug?
Alonzo Diaz 2021.
I don't know what you're gonna find there, so don't.
Hey, baby.
Oh yeah, not safe for work.
Viewer discretion advised.
Not safe for work.
Also trying to work on.
Getting ignored.
Oh, hold on. Before we go.
Yes.
Buddy, you ever gonna send me that fucking JPEG or any like the PNG thing that I needed from you? Open up our store on What a Maneuver.
Lauren's working on it now. She's working on it. So.
Working on it, buddy. I asked you for that 4 days ago.
I'm busy these days, man.
Buddy, I'm out.
Just huge.
Excuse me, ladies. I'm needed elsewhere.
Anyway, I think that's it for us.
I'm walking out on this show. Goodbye.
See you at Power Rank next week, buddy.
Yeah, whatever.
Later.
Bye.